Hi, Dr. Saurabh. Welcome to bookmytherapy. So, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for inviting me on this podcast. It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh, the pleasure is all ours. Thank you for coming. To start with, do you mind introducing yourself?
Sure. So my name is Dr. Saurabh Patil. I call myself an SPR specialist, which means stop, pause, and restart. So I help men to channelize their anger and fuel it to become a better version. So you must have noticed that I'm a men's coach. I am also an NLP mindfulness practitioner, and I'm also a restaurateur. So I have my own cafe in Mumbai.
Wow. Thanks for the quick introduction. So on that note, when you said about men's mental health, I have a few questions for you.
Sure.
So the first question is, what are the key factors and societal influences that contribute to the unique mental health challenges faced by men, and how do these differ from those experienced by women?
Uh, well, very valid question, actually. I mean, there are a lot of factors and societal influences that do affect, I mean, they do affect women and men in a different way. The pressures, the influences are different for both the genders. Since we're talking about more about men, let me tell you how these factors affect. First is about gender expectations. In a patriarchal system, the gender roles are predefined. So there is a notion that they're predefined, and because of that, there are certain pressures that men experience as being in that gender. To you can say the expectations are being emotionally, to suppress your emotions, to to practice stoicism, or being self-reliant. So all these things, in some way or the other, discourage men to express about their mental health or even express their emotions. Another thing which we these days hear a lot, the term called as toxic masculinity. We'll be talking more about that, no doubt. So toxic masculinity is something, where as a man you are asked to project yourself in a masculine way, where you are supposed to dominate, you're supposed to be aggressive, you're supposed to be emotionally detached, and then it all again prevents men from being vulnerable, expressing themselves. Then there are communication barriers. A lot of times we see that women talk it out, women express themselves, but men don't do that. Men do face a lot of difficulties when it comes to expressing their emotions, talking about it to someone, maybe someone who's close enough, someone who's friend. And it's all because of lack of emotional vocabulary. It's because of the fear of judgment, that somebody might judge them. Then there is societal stigma. There are stereotypes where people say that you're a man, you don't need to do this, you don't need to go that road, man up, man yourself up. So there are, and the worst part is men, or because of all of this, men do turn to substance abuse. Could be alcohol, it could be anything, it could be drugs. Because it's not the alcohol or drugs or the substance that they like, it's the state of mind they get into once they consume it. So that uh, in that they feel that they are in a different zone where they're able to express, but that's again a fake zone where nobody's listening. So all these, again, there are, of course, in both the genders, there are career financial stress which both the genders equally experience. And men being put up on a pedestal to being breadwinners, providers of the family, they do equally experience it like women, and they are burdened with it. So all these disparities, all these issues are definitely influencing men, and definitely putting them in a tight spot when it comes to their mental health. And these are kind of challenges that men face today. When it comes to mental health, they cannot talk about it, they cannot uh, relate to it, they cannot be vulnerable, they don't want to show that they're the vulnerable. So it's very important that we emphasize on these factors in today's world, so that the mental health issues of men are addressed.
Oh, well said.